Good evening, everybody. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We've arrived here back home again in Indiana for the third running of the GP4OC Indianapolis 500, the one and only race so far that's not run on the GP4 game, rather on NR 2003. I am your commentator, Robert Ionescu, and I am joined by two other very special commentators, those being Joseph Willows and Rahul Patel. Hello, guys.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
How are you guys? It's real good to see you for the 500.
Indeed it is. It's great to be here at the Brickyard. Obviously a week later than planned, but we are finally here at the Brickyard, and hopefully it should be a good third ever race here at Indy.
Yeah, indeed. And you know what they say, good things come to those who wait, and we waited plenty, and now it's time to reap the rewards. Now then, everybody, let's get going by reading the entry list for this year's 500. 42 drivers in 28 teams in total, and we'll read 3 teams each of us, starting with Joe, then myself, then Rahul. So if you like, Joe, you can begin.
Okie dokie. So we will start off with AJ Foyt Enterprises. In the number 4 car, we have Jamie Griffiths, who obviously finished in the top 5 back in 2017. And for number 14, we have Rahul Patel. Moving over to Andretti Autosport. Now, there are 2 different entries here that are Andretti Autosport, and I will read both of them to you. Driving number 25, we have 5-time world champion Florian Volker, looking to make amends after missing out in 2018. The number 26 will feature Aji Prazan, with the number 27 being the defending Indy 500 winner, Gabriel Gomez, looking to make it 2 in a row if he can, and the number 28 going the way of Alex Broster. And then over to the Andretti Herta Autosport entry, also an Andretti Autosport car, we have the number 98 of Laura Chung.
Yep, that's right. The next 3 entries are all Aeroschmidt, of the Aeroschmidt Pearson teams, but they ran as 3 different entries. The first one, the main Aeroschmidt Pearson Motorsport team, has in the number 5 Christoph Beranek, and in the number 7 Julius Anderson. The second entry is Meyer-Shank Racing with Aeroschmidt Pearson, and it has the number 60 of Thanos Vojokas. And finally, the third entry of Aeroschmidt Pearson is the Moto Gator Team Stange Racing with Aeroschmidt Pearson, and it has in the number 77 Balin-Zolga.
Alright. Both sets this year racing, we have Robert Ionescu in the number 52. And iconic, we have 3 drivers. We have Jared Fosbury in the number 23, Michael Clark in the number 31, and Jake Galloway in the number 59. And for Chip Ganassi Racing, we have Hayo Sain in the number 9 and Bartis Kloss in the number 10.
Moving over to Clausen Marshall Racing, driving in the number 39, we have David Kupok, and then we have 3 Dale Coyne entries. We have for Dale Coyne Racing, just then, we have the number 19 of Victor Bobo. In the Dale Coyne Racing with Bird Hollinger and Bellardi, we have the number 33 of Zachary Fitzwater. And then driving in the Dale Coyne Racing with Vassar Sullivan, we have the number 18 of Ruslan Protsyuk. And then we go over to Dragon Speed, which is the number 81 of Rosetta Martinez.
Joe? Yeah. As Joe just said, Dragon Speed has the 81 of Rosetta Martinez. Up next is the Dreyer and Reinbold Racing, with the 24 of Benz Waldinger and 48 of Fengchano Chao Chinat. Then up next, we have 2 Ed Carpenter Racing entries. The first one, Ed Carpenter Racing, the 20 of Thomas Bennett and 21 of Lorenzo Tomaselli. And then the Ed Carpenter Racing Scuderia Corsa, with the number 63 of Josek Frederick Suto. And then we have the Greater Kanto Motorsports, with the 032 of Lincoln Pana.
At Harding Steinbrenner Racing, we have Sammy Toscan in the number 88. And at the Horizon Autosport with Renault, we have Evan Byrne in number 64. And Juno Cos Racing, we have Daniel Adventure in the number 32.
And then moving over to McLaren Racing, driving the number 66 will be Hoang Min Nguyen. And then for OCA Racing, again with his own team, it's the number 72 of Franco Lopez, the current top class championship leader. And then over to the Rahal Letterman Lanigan Racing, 3 entries for that one. The number 15 of Matteo Catalan, the number 30 of Adam Wolf, the man who won in 2017 at the Indy 500, and the number 42 of Michael Mocho.
Yep, only 3 entries are left. And those are Red Bull Racing, with the number 8 of Franco Gamba, main top class series Red Bull driver, of course. And up next, another top class team getting its own entry, that being Scuderia Ferrari Willows, with, of course, none other than Joseph Willows in number 97. The last entry of them all is probably the most famous of them, and one we can't forget is Team Penske. And they have 4 drivers, which are the number 2 of Will Parrish, number 3 of Will Neller, number 12 of Bruno de Barros, and number 22 of Roman Quag. And that is our lineup for today.
Yes, indeed. Now, one thing we do want to point out, as I think we'll get the qualifying underway whilst we talk about it. So you'll soon see the graphic come up on your screen very soon, and we should be getting underway very, very soon indeed. And then we'll tell you about this one little thing that will be going on. So there you are, and just wait for the qualifying to start up, which we will start. I think you need to press the practice, I think, or is it the play button you need to play first? I'll continue, whatever. Here we go then. So we are underway. It is an hour session, this first one, and then of course 15 minutes for the Fast 10 as we have on here, not the Fast 9. Now, one thing we want to point out as well, of course, obviously you would have seen on Twitter yesterday that there has been a slight tweak to this season's entries. Well, when I say this season's entries, I mean the mod in general. We are using the 2018 mod, albeit with a few tweaks. That's because there was some issues with the 2019 mod when it came to the custom tracks. So that's why we've ended up with these, with the 2018 cars instead, with some painted tweaks. So the cars may look a little different, but hopefully it shouldn't affect you too much. The numbers are still the same, so that's all important.
Yeah, indeed. Now we got the 2017 champ Adam Wolf out on track. He'll begin this session.
Yep, Adam Wolf, of course, who won the 2017 Indianapolis 500. Do you think he could possibly try and get a second win, guys?
It's possible. I mean, he won it by a whisker from Jamie Griffiths in 2017. And even though he didn't have the best of luck last time out, he'll be hungry for more. And let's see if we can get a second.
Think he can, Rahul?
Yeah, I think it's possible. But also, anything can happen. Anyone could win it from any positions. You've seen it from Gabriel Gomez. He won it from last year.
Yeah,
so,
indeed.
yeah.
It's a long race, and as long as you stay in it, everyone has a chance of winning it. Now, Adam Wolf will complete his first flying lap after the next corners.
He just makes his way around this left-hander now then. The number 30 just coming down the straight now then. Just trying to get past one of the... I think it's... I don't know if it's one of the... It's a silver car anyway he's trying to get by. I don't know if it's a Penske car or not. But he does a time there, 220.470 miles per hour on that first lap. As he's got Will Parrish behind in one of the Penske cars.
The other times are, of course, just out laps. So they're not full laps just yet. But Parrish will set one now and in about half a lap's time, and we'll see where he's going to go.
Yes, indeed.
Of course.
Yes, you are, Julius. You are in this. You are in the number 7 Schmidt-Peterson.
Yep. Let's not forget, in this series, qualifying goes by average speed. It's pretty much the same thing as the lap time, but it's just measured differently. Anyway, Parrish crossing the line, and he's set a 221.1. He's on 6th quickest.
Currently at the top of the number 63 is P1. 63 being, if I look on the list, is Joseph Federic Suto in the Ed Carpenter Racing Scuderia Corsa. So he's the man currently at the top at this point in time. In second place is the number 31, that being Michael Clark in the Carlin.
Right
Michael
here.
Clark, of course, who finished in the top 5 last season in the Indy 500, and that's why he's back this season, of course. The only person from the top 5 not to be here, of course, is Oliver Glazebrook. He didn't sign up, of course, for this season's Indy 500, hence why he will not be taking part. Only 4 of the top 5 from last season are taking part in this season's Indy 500.
Yeah, that's right. I got a new car at the top. It's the number 28.
Yeah, Alex
Broster. No, it's not an adventure. It's Broster, my bad. Thank you, Rahul.
It's the Andretti Autosport.
Yep.
As we look at Evan Byrne in the Horizon Autosport with Renault, on trying to get some slipstreaming off one of the Chip Ganassi cars. I believe that would be who's the number 9? That is Howell Shahin in front.
Yeah,
Howell Shahin is in front. So let's see what Byrne can do at the moment.
042 has gone quickest in the meantime.
That's Lean Campana.
Lean Campana. That's
now Broster goes back ahead.
Oh, now we got the 28 back at the top again. That's Broster. The number 9 went into second briefly.
And now the 19 is quickest. And followed by number 2.
The number 19, of course. Sorry if you can hear my dog background, first of all. Yeah, Victor Ivovo that's gone to the top of the timing sheets in the number.
Yeah, the
19.
man who finished second in the previous 500. He clearly wants to win it this time around, and he's set the pace early on by quite a margin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just give me a moment, guys. Hang on. Sorry about that.
You know what? Griffiths is trying to hold position. Red two cars behind him, one of them being Wolf.
Yep, Evan Byrne goes second.
Yep, that's right. Wolf stays in 9th place as Vodrocast is up into 4th.
Yeah.
Burn got a little closer to Bobo's best time, but hasn't been able to beat it.
And number 72. The number 72 is going third.
And now the number 19 is up to 2nd, very close to Bobo.
Yeah. I think that it was the
And I'm
bubble.
back.
Welcome back, Joe.
Yep, the number 23 is going quick.
Number
Was
9 is
quick.
quick.
quickest, Shaheen.
Yeah.
Shaheen is quickest of all, and by yeah, that was quite something.
Don't forget, of course, in this session, the top 10 advance into a shootout, of course. This is just to basically determine who's going to be 11th to 42nd, of course. We have 42 cars on the grid. The top 10, of course, advancing into a shootout to see who'll take pole for the Indy 500 tomorrow.
Yep, that's right. And Khalil Shaheen is looking good at the moment with his 225.4.
So currently, the top 10 is Shaheen at the top. In second place is the number 64 car. That car, of course, I did see it earlier on here on the list. That, of course, being Evan Byrne in the Horizon, who's gone into second at the moment. In third is the number 4 of Jamie Griffiths, followed
He's
by...
got second.
It said that, he's gone up to second now, so he's actually got above
He
Evan
has.
Byrne that time by. Michael Clark is in 4th position. He's in the number 23. I believe it's Michael Clark anyway.
No, that's
Jared
Jared Fosbury.
Fosbury. It's his teammate. That's his teammate, of course. The number 2... being Will Parrish, who's in 5th position at this point in time, followed by the number 60 car of, looking at the list, that is Panos Fujiyukas, the former Ferrari test driver and now Formula E driver again after Panos Sakura has retired unexpectedly. In 7th position, of course, is Joseph Federic Suto, who is, I believe, the current championship leader in Formula E. I should know this, really, because I'm the host of Formula E, but there you are.
Then we got the 19 in PH, followed by the 72 and 81.
Yep, the 72 Raga Lopez in 9th, Ibaba in 8th.
Now we have Lopez, who is the 72 right here, going side by side with Ionescu in the Dacia, and Lopez hasn't actually improved on his previous lap.
Here's Will Neller, currently down in 37th at the moment. I think this is his 3rd time at the Indy 500. He's taken part in every Indy 500 race, a bit like Joseph Willows as well, to be honest, I believe.
Yeah,
Neller
Neller finished P4 last time out, and he'll be looking for a little bit better this time. Has got an improvement there. I believe it's the 81 who's gone up into 5th.
That is
that's
Martinez. Yeah.
Martinez is using the same number as he does in the top class, so that should be easy for us to recognise, number 81.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, indeed.
as now, here comes Neller. Can he get out of near the bottom of the leaderboard, across the line? And no, way off there. As we look at Julius Anderson in the number 7 Schmidt-Peterson car, as he's got Samet Oskan right behind him at this point in time, in the number 88, and Oskan currently in 36th.
Yeah, the draft is critical around here at Indy. You need to get some slipstream from the car in front of you if you want to maximize your lap time. And you just need to make sure you don't take too much, because that could compromise you in the corners, as these two guys almost touched there, going into 3.
Indeed. Well, speaking of touches, of course, we only had 10 finishes last season, let's not forget, because we had a lot of crashes in last season. Well, Yuri has made sure that this time, for this season, that there is a balance between crashing and, of course, clean racing. So hopefully we should have more finishes, unlike last season. So
yeah, because in 2017, the first time around, we didn't have a single crash or a single caution. So that was too little. Last season we had quite a lot. It was too much. Now, hopefully we found a balance.
A balance between the two, of course. So we should expect some pace cars, but hopefully not as many as last season. So now look at Daniel Adventure, who's stuck behind someone in particular. I'm not quite sure who it is, but at the moment Adventure lies in 14th, just outside of the top 10. And so heading down the straight we go. And can he improve with the little drafting that he's doing?
Yeah,
he can, up to 4th position.
Yeah, good job. Gomez up into 37th. He's just improved, knocking our truck down a place in the Napa car.
The Napa car using a similar livery to the Kerbajani car, using a similar livery to the car what am I trying to say? To what Gomez is using. Gomez, of course, driving the same car as he did last season, of course, which won the 500. Let's not forget as well, last season in the 500 as well, he did start from last and he won the race. So
Zhang is one of those who were affected by the car change So I had to feed her in some livery.
Yeah.
It's an mess up on my part. Like, in case, well, the commentary explained it, but basically the template for the custom liveries was different for the 2019 cars, even though they were exactly the same shape. So I thought it would work on the old one, but it didn't. So I had to switch back to the 2018 cars, and those whose cars didn't exist in 2018, I had to fit them somewhere. So some weird deliveries are expected.
Thanks for that explanation, Yuri. Probably better than how we explained it.
There's got under 50 minutes left in this session, so we're already a sixth of the way through.
Well, we're hoping that this finishes before the Euros game between England and Germany. We might just go over it, but we'll have to wait and see, of course, due to the problems we had before the stream went on with one of the cars. But we got that sorted, luckily. But hopefully it's not fraud then before England slaps up Germany. And I'm probably going to get hated by the German audience there a bit there. But
well, we may not be in a podium, but I'm sure we can focus on two things at once, even if not to his level.
Well, I bet you if England lose, of course, those words are going to haunt me. People are going to clip that, I bet.
Oh, no.
I'm going to be prepared for that. So, anyway, I think there has been a change in the leaderboard as well, because the number 7 was in 8th, but he's now gone down to 10th. Obviously, the number 7 being Julius Anderson, of course.
I think was the number 4 there this time? I think he's gone up to 2nd.
Well, number
he was
4
already in
is,
second,
of course, Jamie Griffiths. Number 64 is Evan Byrne. Number 32, of course, is Daniel Adventure. 28 is, of course, Alex Broster. The number 12 is Bruno de Bauers. I don't think I've seen his name on the top 10 yet. So Bruno de Bauers is up into 6th position. In 3rd position, we have, I believe, in the 33 car. That is, of course, I need a reminder who the number 33 car is.
Zachary Fitzwater, right?
It is. It's Zachary Fitzwater.
Yeah,
so we have, I think there was another change there. I just seen there was some movement going on at that time around.
Yeah, the 63 has gone up into 4th.
Yeah, the 63 has gone up into 4th position. That is Joseph Federic Suto, so he gets himself into the top 4 behind Evan Byrne. As we look at Joseph Willows, using the same livery as he used last season. Basically he used the term saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, basically. So that's why he's gone with the same livery. And,
basically.
So, as he's got Victor Ibobo getting a draft behind him at the moment, at this point in time. Ibobo currently 15th. Can he get back into the top 10?
No, but he's slowly gathering up speed. But this isn't the fast lap I was hoping for. You know, Roman Quagga just behind these guys. He's down in 18th place, and his last lap wasn't the quickest, but he'll be hoping to gain some more.
Yeah, indeed, as they're all three of them, in fact, Willows, Ibobo and Clark are all drafting one of the Andretti cars. Well, it's obviously a DHL car. I'm trying to remember. The DHL car is usually number... what number is he usually? I'm trying to remember.
I think 28. Or am I wrong?
Well, that'll be Alex Broster then. That'll be Alex Broster they're all drafting then. So, we now look at Jake Galloway, who's getting a draft from Franco Gamba in front. And let's see, Galloway, can he improve? No, he can't. Suto's still in 4th, getting a draft from the guys in front of him at the moment.
Yeah, there's another car behind them, the yellow and blue car.
That'll be Evan Byrne, because that's the custom-made Renault, so...
Yeah, sorry, that's black, not blue. My mistake there. But yeah, Byrne, looking good in
I think there is a bit of blue on the top there, Robert, so you're not wrong.
Yeah, I noticed. But it was a lot less blue than I thought. A lot more black than blue.
Yeah, so... Byrne now then just going around the left-hander, trying to get by on, I believe this is Galloway he's trying to get by on, as they make their way down the straight, as Suto's getting a tow from Gamba in front, and Byrne obviously remaining in 3rd position at the moment. So far doing a good job in this qualifying session is Evan Byrne. We now look at Panos Fujiukas in the number 60 car. I think he was in the same car last season as well, but I think he crashed out quite early last season as well, was involved in all the chaos.
If I remember correctly, he topped the 1st session, but he missed out on pole in the 2nd session.
Something like that, yeah. As Suto now getting underneath Gamba, they should be able to get him into turn 3 very nicely there.
Yeah.
And so far, Fujiukas is slowly closing up to this train now. So
Galloway getting involved as well. Let's see if he can improve on his lap.
All about drafting in this qualifying session. No, he can't. Remains in 31st position as they make their way through those corners. Out in some other cars coming out onto the racetrack. So far the top 10 then currently looks like this. It's Shahin at the top with Griffiths in second, followed by Ivan Byrne in third. Then it is Suto in fourth, with Adventure in fifth, Broster in sixth, Barros in seventh position, followed by the number 23 of Jared Fosbury. Then it is the number 33 of Zachary Fitzwater, and then it is Rosetta Martinez who rounds out the top 10.
Yep, that's right. As now Byrne is finishing another lap, but he was slower this time around. As Gamba is being overtaken there by Galloway, or not quite. Yes, actually. Gamba loses
And it looks like Byrne's also going to follow through as well. Yep, Byrne also followed through as well. Fujiyuka's now part of that train, and he's now trying to get underneath Gamba if he can.
Yep, that's right. Yeah, Vodrika's gaining a lot in the slipstream. And it's gonna have him into turn 3, I'm sure. Much better run, and he's already gone past them. But he needs to remember to scrub off as little speed as he can, because maximizing your lap time, that's what's key.
Yes, indeed, as they all make their way down this straight now then. What can Fujiyuka do on this lap? Remains in 13th position as Byrne trying to get underneath Galloway at this point in time. As Suto trying to break away from that train. So we look at Aji Prazan for the first time today. He's got one of the AG Foyt cars behind him. Jamie Griffiths. Of course, Griffiths, obviously as we know, finished second in that custom livery back in 2017.
Yeah, he led for much of the way, but unfortunately for him, he got passed by Wolf in the dying laps of the race and held himself for a narrow second.
Obviously, those dying laps are going to be quite crucial, obviously, as we saw in real life this season in the Indy 500, which is what gave Helio Castroneves the fourth ever Indy 500 win. A popular win, might I add.
Last season, though, it wasn't quite the case, because most of the first half of the race was filled with crashes, and then after the 2/3 mark, we pretty much had a freeway battle for the win between Michael Clark, Victor Bobo, and the eventual winner, Gabriel Gomez.
Gomez, of course, who came from last season as well. So,
Yeah.
Gomez.
Yeah, that's where it was invented. It was last season when I did that typo error. So,
A legendary typo.
The legendary typo was born. As Parrish now tries to get underneath Shahin, the man who's currently at the top, trying to see if he can get anything from the current pole sitter. As Parrish now then crossed the line and didn't really gain much from that, did he? Still remains in 12th. As we now look at Mocho, first time we're seeing him on the screen today. Same with Ruslan Proxy, we're looking at another train really of cars. Trying to get
the Willows behind them, and John Chynard was trying to pass Mocho right here.
We've also got Bruno de Barros as well. That's a number 12 Penske that's involved as well. So we've got de Barros on track as well. As they make their way through the left-hander now. Then Kereshane trying to get by on Mocho and making his way through there.
Looks like it's follow. His last lap was pretty good. Let's see if he can follow it up. And that was Fitzwater, not Willows. My bad.
No, that is Fitzwater. Some reason it says no, it's Fitzwater. Yeah, it's another red car. It's very confusing. So
yeah, my bad.
The number 52's gone up to the top 10.
That would be, of course, Robert Ionescu in the Ultra Racing car.
Robert Ionescu's gone himself into the top 10. So that's a good lap from him there. Pushes Rosetta Martinez down to 11th position. Outside of that top 10 echelon. So
yeah.
Now going around the final corner, de Barros currently in 7th position. Let's see if he can find some more time as he gets some slipstream off of Fitzwater in front. And a bit of Mocho as well. And no, not quite. Not able to get close to the 225.124 that he set earlier on. This is his 27th lap, of course. So you can see down the bottom, it will tell you what lap they've been out on track. This is de Barros' 27th lap. He's been around on the track. So
there hasn't even been 20 minutes yet, so you can tell he's desperate for some track time, the Brazilian.
Yes, indeed. Of course, de Barros making his comeback in the OC fraternity via BTCC with Vauxhall. Topped the testing sessions, but so far hasn't been able to replicate what he's been able to show in testing so far. But he has been decent, it's safe to say. He hasn't been slow. So, and so far he's doing quite a good job in this qualifying session at the moment, being in 7th, being in that top 10, as Ruslan Proxy now tries to get underneath him.
and he's got past him already. Let's see if he can get some draft from Fitzwater in front.
Fitzwater's trying to get some draft from Mocho in front at this point in time, as we get a pit lane cam at the moment, looking very, very nice indeed.
Great.
As the top 10 at the moment, as you can see, all separated by 0.4 miles per hour at this point in time. So very obviously to expect with the Indy 500. We ride on board with Ruslan Proxyuk.
In the slip from Fitzwater, let's see if the man can only in 40th, third to last, can improve in his time. No.
All the way down in 40 for the moment. Not good at the moment for the Russian, as we ride on board with Michael Mocho for a brief time there. As we now look at Robert Ionescu, this is the first time we're seeing him on the track in the yellow and blue car. Now, it's a bit of a reference to an old IFMC team. This is, but obviously he's not referred the name to it. Basically based off one of the liveries that Eldorado had in the IFMC, but he's decided to go under the Borsec Dacia Racing entry this time by, and so far it's paying off for him, currently in the top 10 at this point in time.
I'm very happy with that, and I decided I wanted just to go with Romanian sponsors only this time around, so yeah. Now we're looking at Clark, who hasn't improved on his time.
Clark, of course, who finished third last season in the Indy 500, but so far not having a good qualifying session at this point in time, down in 38th position out of 42. So, and currently in this train of cars at this point in time, which is being led at the moment by Ionescu.
Yeah, but this session is far from over, so you shouldn't be too discouraged.
Of course, this is Ionescu's first ever Indy 500, and he'd be looking to make an impression if he can. So there's a bit of an overtaking that group. Well, nearly an overtaking that group. They're still remaining side by side going down that pit straight. Can Clark improve this time? Fine, no, he can't. Adam Wolf, meanwhile, all the way down in 29th at this point in time. The 2017 winner, currently struggling at this point.
Yeah.
As they make their way through the final two turns on the racetrack. But
remember, especially here, qualifying isn't the be-all end-all. Sure, it can help you out, but it's a 200-lap race. Who cares if you start first? You need to finish first. And as Bruno Gabriel Gomez, you can do it from anywhere.
Especially when there's always a chance of pace cars in this race as well. Of course, unlike Grand Prix 4, we do actually have a safety car in this, so that's always a plus there. As Nguyen being followed at the moment by Daniel Adventure in the McLaren, in the orange McLaren, and coming down the straight, and Adventure currently, I think he just went up to 5th there. I think it was an improvement there. Was he remained in 5th?
No, he's remained. His last lap was slower. About an hour or so. Okay,
so we now look at Bobo, who's currently in 16th position, as somebody's actually getting a tow from him at this point in time.
Yeah, let's see who that is in that blue car. I'm not exactly sure. It's Lorenzo Tomaselli.
The number 21, who is currently down in 34th at the moment, not having the best times at the moment, as the two similar liveried Andrettis are still following each other up. Those two, of course, being Gomez and Chung. So, as Tomaselli, can he try and get out of the 30th of the 30s? Let's see. And no, he can't. He's still remains in 34th at this point in time, as Mocho's going back out onto the racetrack. The defending winner, currently 27th at the moment, is Gabriel Gomez.
No, he is 27th. The same position as his number. Meanwhile, Laura Chang, the similar livery Napa car, she's down in 31st.
Indeed. And of course, Laura Chung, obviously.
The number 88 improved, I think.
Yeah, someone Ionescu's been knocked out of the top 10, so someone must have gained.
Number 88 is improved. Is of course, we saw him earlier on the screen. The number 88 car being Samet Oskin.
And he's got the exact same time as the 23.
Yeah.
Has it got a little bit of a Grand Prix 4 system going on there? I don't know. But anyway, where it goes in garage order rather than who set the well, in this instance, the speed first. So
anyway, as long as it's not decided, as long as both of them drop out or both of them make it through, it's not gonna matter too much.
Yes, indeed. As we look at Willows, he's currently in 20th position. Willows not having the best of luck at the Indy from the 2 times he's raced here. He's looking to see if he can change that, of course. Season, there are a couple of people who are Monaco Grand Prix winners who are looking to try and see if they can become the first Monaco and Indy 500 winners. Joseph Willows, of course, being one of them, as is Will Neller, as is Florian Volker as well. Lopez could have been included on that list if it weren't for some damage that he got towards the end of the Monaco Grand Prix this season, hence why Amar Khan became the third ever double winner at Monaco.
Yeah,
So,
but Lopez will be hoping to make up for it by winning the Indy instead.
Bleep House.
Yes, indeed. So, unfortunately, Lopez hasn't quite got to that list yet of Monaco Grand Prix winners. So, he'll be hoping that will happen in the future. Maybe he'll try and get his vengeance next season. Of course, the top class is using the original calendar, albeit with a few tweaks. One of them already happening, of course, like with Korea, and then the other one, well, it all really depends on Hanoi, really, because that ain't on the game. And to be honest with you, I don't think it will be on the game anytime soon, so I think we are already looking at a replacement for that. But that's that. And of course, we have to mention the Dutch Grand Prix, but I've got a feeling that race will happen because of that new DAT file, but we'll have to wait and see.
You forgot one Monaco winner, by the way.
What was that again? I've already mentioned Neller, Volker and Willows. I think there must have been another one there that I missed, of course.
Drives the Renault car.
Oh yes,
Evan.
of course he won it in 2011. He'll be looking to be also a double winner. I bet he reminds you of that in there as well. So yeah, I could see you put that in bold capitals in the stream chat. So as now Willow's still drafting Broster, I believe this is, but they're also dragging Anderson with them as well. So 3 cars currently drafting each other at this point in time. Q-Bot, that's the first time we've seen him on the screen today. Getting some helping Campana out when it comes to drafting. So
Yep, indeed. And here goes the Greer Kanto driver trying to get up on him. And
on the final turn. See if he can get out of 36th position. Not currently a great session at the moment for Lincoln Campana. And across the line, and no improvement there. So Q-Bot didn't really help him out that time. By Oskin getting a tow from Samet Oskin, who currently lies in 4th position. Look at all these trainer cars gathering around.
The biggest train ever.
There's a massive
Yeah.
train of cars. It's basically
It's
like
huge.
Monza qualifying.
Yes.
Except they're not trying to slow each other down.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
As
Looking
Oskin
at
still
Oscar
trying to
here.
get a tow off Suto at this point in time.
Yeah.
And let's see, currently in 8th position, he's currently in the top 10, but let's see if Oskin can improve a little bit more. And no, he couldn't. He remains in 8th position. As they also have Fujiukas behind them at this point in time.
Yeah, trying to gain but not being close enough just yet.
As we have just over 32 minutes to go, somebody's just come out of the pits there.
Yeah, it's a black car. I'm not quite sure who it is, but we'll see very quickly. It's Thomas
Thanks.
Bennett at the number 20.
Thomas Bennett just coming out onto the racetrack as Suto's just been overtaken there by
Catalan's in the
Samet
top
Oskin.
10.
Now he'll get a tow now, very nice tow, off of
Bennett.
Bennett, of course.
Yeah, but so is Luto. He's trying to get back in front of Oskan.
As they make their way through the first turn now then. And
Bennett hasn't caught up to speed fully yet, which is why he's getting swarmed around. These guys, but now that he's in the pack, he'll be getting that speed too.
I just want to point out, was the number 15 already there in 7th position, or was that a new
No, I don't think so. I think it's a new one.
Oh, it's
actually
Catalan, yeah.
Number 2 people at the same time. Number 15 car, of course, belonging to Matteo Catalan, so that's the first time we've seen him in the top 10. So,
Yeah, so good effort for him.
But I do believe he set the time after the number 12 with Bruno de Barros. Same with
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oskin with Fosbury. So I wonder if
Yeah.
we'll take that into account and switch him around a bit.
Well, we'll just have to wait for the end of it. We're almost at the halfway point.
As Suto now then in the drafting of Oskin, and just making his way through now on the Swede.
Yeah,
And through
it
he
looks like
goes.
he's got them, but needs to carry as much speed as he can through turn 4.
As
Get
they
that
now make their way down the straight now then. Oskin across the line, and
He's just been overtaken, so obviously he won't improve, and he doesn't.
So, as you can see now, then going around the first 2 turns now, then we go. As Oskin right in the drafting there of Suto.
And it's not just him. We're looking at another car behind that is Vojoka's, and he could be trying to move. Let's see.
Obviously, a huge trainer car here. It's like the M4 traffic, but
Yeah.
now
Well, a little bit of an omen for race day tomorrow, as Mocho's made a move here.
as Macho currently down in 31st, so he'll be desperate to try and get out of that if he can, with hopefully this healthy bit of tow, but it doesn't quite work out for him.
Not
At
yet,
the
no.
moment.
He's got Bennett
now-
behind him.
Yep, as now go around these corners, very close to contact there between Suto and Oscar, and that got very close for comfort at that
Yeah,
point.
indeed. As looks like this train could have 2 cars joining, as these guys are gaining onto 2 cars in front.
Yep, so
Yeah,
they'll
yeah.
be swapped up by this train that's emerging, obviously all gaining more speed because they're all busy drafting each other. And
Yeah, indeed.
another 2 cars, in fact. I think one of them was Q-Puck, of course, and the other one being, who I've forgotten, somebody's actually got out of that train and gone into the pits I've just seen in the
Yeah,
background.
Vojokas has come in. No, he hasn't. My bad. But we're looking at Vojokas right here.
There's Wolf at the moment. There's Jamie Griffiths, who currently lies in 2nd position. He's in this train, getting underneath. I believe this is Mocho who's getting underneath. So,
Yeah.
so we now look at Bennett, who's on the back of. Is this Suto he's behind? I'm not 100%
Yeah, it's
sure. No, it's
Suto.
Bennett. It's Bennett we're looking at.
Yeah, Bennett. Yeah, not bad.
Was that?
Meanwhile,
are we talking
Suto is
about
making
Bennett?
a
I'm
move
not
on
sure.
Vojokas into turn 4. Looks like Bennett will follow through, but let's see how much of the tow he can maintain. As I think Mocho dived into the pit lane just now.
As they now cross the line, not many of them improving that time by. Wolf all the way down into 32nd at the moment, so the 2017 winner not doing particularly well at this point in time.
No, unfortunately not, but he'll be eager to change that as soon as possible. These guys are catching that car in front. I'm not exactly sure who it is, but the one thing we're sure of is that he'll be caught.
Especially given all these guys are busy drafting each other, it's obviously pushing them forward and getting them closer to the guys in front. And
Yeah.
Evan Burns also in that train, as one of them's bailed out from that train. I think that was Suto that she's bailed out from that train,
Yeah,
and probably a
indeed.
couple of others as well. As Wolf now then across the line he will go, and does not improve, still remains
That
in
was a
32nd
pretty
position.
slow lap. These guys need to be
Oh.
careful not to lose downforce through corners, because that's the critical part. Everyone can go
Definitely.
fast in a straight line, but maintaining it corner after corner after corner, that's the tricky bit.
Yes, indeed, as Byrne gets by there on one of the cars in that train, as now he makes his way towards the final 2 turns on the racetrack. And so, now going around these section of corners he will go,
Looks like
as
he's
he's
coming
actually
in.
bailing in. He's bailing into the pits, as is Vujukas.
Yep, indeed.
So,
And Beranek
Yeah,
is in as well.
Baranek, who at one point was an Andretti entry, but then we realised that the number 5 was missing from the entry list, so we ended up getting the Schmidt-Peterson entry alongside Julius Anderson. So that's that. As
Yep.
Nella gets underneath Catalan. I think that's the first time we've seen Catalan on the screen, so
Yeah.
that's that. As
And,
now
this clearly won't be the lap for him, but he'll be trying to prep it.
Tomaselli's now trying to get underneath him, along with number 26, I believe that is. I think it said 26 earlier, that car, which was, of course,
Or
Eddie
it's a-
Pradran.
Yeah, it's Prasan indeed, and he's made the move there. And let's see if he can improve with this lap.
Patel's in that train as well. Patel
Yeah,
currently
Catalan
down in
is
28th
okay.
at the moment. Not getting close to an improvement, but wasn't able to do so there. Just missing out by just under 0.3 miles per hour on
Yeah,
an
that-
improvement there.
Yeah, that was narrow.
Yep.
But let's see if he can do
As,
better this time around. He's gaining in the slipstream of Prasan, and he's gonna pull out of it into turn 3. Or maybe not. Maybe he'll stay put behind him.
As we have just over 26 minutes to go in this session. As
Big one, Patel and Prasan have collided, and they've touched again! And both of them are in the wall, oh my goodness. Prasan got out of the wall, as has Patel, but this was a pretty hefty impact. We got our first crash of the
Carry
500
on.
weekend. That was a big one.
They both survive, oddly enough, but that could have been a lot worse. Initially, you just saw there, Catalan originally was involved in that, but he
Was
somehow
involved
managed to
in
get
that as
out of
well.
it all. But he
Yeah.
somehow managed to get out of that all. So let's have a look and see what happened from the slow-mo. So, obviously Patel was on the inside there, and as you can see, he's swerving towards Catalan. Those
Yeah,
two
he
are going to
collided with him
and then
first, and that changed his trajectory right into the path of Plasan.
Yeah.
Catalan was very lucky indeed to not get himself involved any further in that, to be honest.
And
And
that's
then-
because Patel and Prasan collided for the second time, which pretty much cleared the path for Catalan.
And that meant that Catalan didn't go back into the pits. But again, Catalan very lucky there not to sustain any sort of damage from that at all. So,
Yeah. That must have been quite a scare at over 220 miles an hour.
probably a change of pants if you were Matteo Catalan. But
Yeah.
yeah, didn't end in a total wreck though, which is a big surprise. So that's that
So,
really.
So there's a big puff of smoke out there, that's for sure.
Yeah, that was caused by that accident. But we have finally had an incident during this session, that's for sure.
Yeah. Now that I look at Franco Gamba down in 38th at the moment, he's just gone out. You can see from that last lap, which was typical from an out lap. So he's getting up to speed. This might not be the lap, but as he's making him overtake, he's slowly getting that speed, and maybe next lap could be it.
Yeah, indeed, as Garma's trying to get by on his fellow Franco at the moment. The Franco, I think they call it something in the top class. I'm not 100% sure, but anyway,
Yeah, Franco Mafia.
Franco Mafia. As we also have a Gamba Mafia as well for whenever Roberto, or even apparently Federi's also part of that as well. So that's that. As now, Gamba
Everyone is a
continues to follow.
Gamba.
We're continuing to follow Lopez. He's also being followed by Anderson at the moment.
Yeah, he's
Anderson,
Anderson,
who-
these guys.
Who was in the top 10 earlier, but now finds himself down in 15th position. So,
So it's not too bad, but you're not gonna make it a fast 10 like this. But Anderson, I think he knows that, and he has plenty of time to rectify it. You can still see the tire marks from that big collision at turn 4.
as Garba now trying to get underneath Lopez if he can, going into the first corner to start his 50th lap of this qualifying.
And he's
didn't
improved, he's gone up into 24th place, Franco Gamba.
Yes, he has indeed, but not quite up to the top 10 yet. But I think Gamba will find that a bit decent, given that there are 42 cars in this. Just over half, I would say.
Yeah,
so
And
that
I
really?
think he can still go a little bit quicker than this. This is coming at the end of the session, and Franco Gamba will be determined to prove he can yet go faster.
indeed, as they now make their way towards the final corner. And let's see if he can try and improve further from the 224.641 on his 50th lap.
He could,
Gamba-
let's see. But I'm not sure. No,
No.
he's lost 2 miles an hour this time around.
So we look at
I
Anderson.
thought I
in
noticed
50th.
something when Lopez was a little bit further in front of him than he was last time.
As Chung is now on the back of this train that's emerging.
Or is it
So-
Gomez?
Oh, it's Chung, because
It's
Chung's
Chung,
got red on the car. Chung's
Yeah,
got
yeah,
red,
right.
and Gomez has got yellow on the side, so that's how we can
Yeah,
tell the
indeed.
difference.
Good.
So,
Good eyes there, Joe, and you notice it. Now then, Parrish, he's in the draft, and let's see if he can improve his lap.
I think it kind of is a bit of. I think it kind of makes sense for Chung to have red on the side because one, she's a Ferrari driver, of course, as we know, and two, obviously, the Chinese flag's main color is red, so kind of makes sense.
Yeah, we're not gonna mention why it's red because that might have something to do with a certain ideology. But yeah. Anyway, we're looking at Khalil Shahin, the man currently fastest, staying where he is. No surprise there. He's got 2 cars behind him.
Yep, there's Solga and the number 22 Penske, which is of course Remy
Yeah.
Quad.
Zolga is the man
Oh.
currently down in last, and he's trying to get the slipstream on the man currently in first to improve his position.
I do have to ask how Quag is feeling about yesterday's Euro result. Probably not feeling the best from that.
I think he might be hurting from it, so we shouldn't ask him too much about it. We don't want to poke fun at him or anything.
So, anyway, we now look at Zolga now then. First time I think we've seen him on the screen, to be honest with you. As
Can
he's
he
trying to
finally
a
get
draft-
himself to 224s?
So
Now
look,
last place? No.
not quite. Although he
He's
is
under
starting to
pressure
raise
for what?
his speed a little bit.
Yeah.
So now that goes in, as we've got 3 cars here. This is Baronet,
Willows and
Willows,
Beranek
and
Martinez.
Martinez.
Yeah, none of them have improved. Banana goes through on Willows, and Martinez is trying to follow suit. Here he goes.
As they now make their way through the corner. Willow's down in 24th position at this point in time. I think it's higher than he has been in any Indy 500 qualifying, but obviously he'll still not find it ideal. But of course, we've seen before in the Indy, qualifying position don't necessarily mean much in this, really. Because obviously it's an endurance, not a sprint.
Indeed. Now we're looking at Byrne, who is having Gabriel Gomez behind him in the draft.
And
Very close, I might add. As Byrne goes high.
These two, of course, used to be teammates in the top class, let's not forget, back in 2016 at Haas. So they do know each other quite well, it must be said. And
Gomez hasn't improved there. He's still down in 31st.
As meantime, Garber still ahead of Lopez at the moment. Lopez seeing if he can get a tow from his fellow Franco in the OCA racing car. I think this is the second time that he's used this this custom entry, because I think he ran with a different. I'm just going to double check that just so that.
Well, it does seem very familiar to his delivery from the previous season.
It is the second. It is the second time he's ran under his own team. So.
Right.
Is that really?
Meanwhile, Gamba, being overtaken now. As Anderson's trying to follow through as well. And let's see if Anderson can improve.
Has he got a problem, or is that, or has he just lost speed? I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, I think he just lost some speed. You can see
it's 17.623 that time, but
yeah, but you can see at the top he's still over 200 miles an hour. So he just lost some speed there earlier. He should be able to get back to it.
But he's currently being swamped by this train at the moment.
Someone just gone into the top 10, by the way. I just noticed.
Number 60's gone to the top. Number 60's gone to the top.
Yeah, who is that?
Number 60, that is, of course, Panos Viciukas, who's gone to the top.
Yeah, incredible effort.
Now, I don't know what that means for the guy in 10th, Samatoskin, because he set the same mile per hour, of course, as Jared Fosbury. So I don't know what
he's going to have to hope he improves.
I don't know what Yui's going to do about that one, to be honest. I don't know if he's going to allow Jared to be 10th or Samet.
We will just have to go with the standings list.
Alright.
Right then, so I guess in this one then we'll say whoever got the time second gets it. Alright, fair enough. Top class, of course, is different. So,
it's a whole different affair to the OC, to GP4, and different rules apply here. Anyway, Gamba is getting swarmed by the pack, including Patel. First.
I still wonder, has he actually got a problem?
I think he must have hit the wall, I don't know.
Well, he's dropping speed massively. I wonder if he has got a problem, Franco Gamba.
Yeah, he's averaging the 200
204.
He must have hit the
I think
wall.
he has got a problem. I think he has got a problem, Franco Gamba.
Yeah,
he must be that, yeah.
Hopefully they'll be able to fix it once he pits. And now looking at Robert Ionescu on the lap, currently in P14, the Romanian. He just made a move on, I'm not quite sure who that is, but he's made the move nonetheless.
Yep, as now they go through the section of corners, as
it's a
Boxy there, thought of having a go at Ionescu. But
looks like he'll have him now.
Does this time by. Well, they're going to remain side by side actually, as Evan Byrne there you just saw just came back into the pits.
Yeah, he did.
They now go through the section of corners now then, as
got a car going out.
As what was that voice I just pulled?
No worry there, Joe.
Shahin trying to see if he can get back to the top, currently getting a draft from last season's winner.
Yeah, but his last lap was particularly slow, only at 2:12.
As they make their way through the final two turns. And let's see if Shahin can. I think he's currently building up the speed at the moment, isn't he? 2:22 that time by. As
Fosbury's also there up in 11th.
As obviously having the same miles per hour as Samatoskin. And look at that. Yeah, just look at it. He is going very slowly as Franco Gamba, it must be said.
He needs to come in. There.
I don't know why he's not coming in, why the team haven't told him to come in. So,
but clearly he has an issue with top end speed, and you can see that very clearly. He's struggling to get more than 205.
202. Look, you can see, Catalan hasn't got anyone around him doing 222. I mean, he might have a bit of slipstream from Gamba, but still.
Yeah, Gamba.
Still expected to go a lot higher, even without.
Yeah, these aren't speeds you'd expect in an Indy car. Franco Gamba's already getting swarmed by Catalan going through.
I wonder if he has scraped a wall, like you said, Ray Hall, if he's just got a developing engine issue. It's
Well, I'm not super sure. Anyway, Gamba drops back even
102
further.
that time by.
Yeah,
He's
clearly
definitely got a problem.
he's suffering from some heavy D-rates there, as he just can't get up to top speed, the same as others.
Absolutely. As
He managed to go up to a 208, but even so, nowhere near these guys.
Just Kloss, that's the first time we've seen him on screen today. He's all the way down in 37, so way off his teammate Shahin.
Yeah.
He's getting held up by the slow Gamba, as a couple of others go into the pits there.
And we've got just 15 minutes left in this first session. It looks like Vojokas will top it again, unless something changes. China was just an outlap for him. Now he's going out for real.
Yep, as he's going on the inside there of, I believe, I'm not quite sure how it was, he just went on the inside of there. As
check.
It's Ko Shane now then, currently in 19th position in the number 48. Obviously was driving an Andretti last season, but of course this time around he is driving the number 48 car, which is the Dreyer and Rainbow Racing entry.
Yep, and now he's
behind.
got a little bit of a problem named Franco Gamba. He won't be able to pass him because he's got a car on his left.
Yep, and they'll be able to get through him this time by. I wonder if Gamba's just getting some mileage in, because I guess that's all he can do at this point in time.
Yeah, and if he'll still have the issue after he pits, we don't quite know yet.
Yep, as Gomez trying to get underneath one of the Penske cars there. That is the number 12, so that will be Bruno de Barros that he's trying to get by on. And Bruno de Barros at the moment in the top 10, so at the moment he will be advancing into the fast 10 if it stays like this with just over 30 minutes to go. But again, anything could happen within these last few minutes.
Yeah, indeed. Now then, Gomez is through, and now he's got the hindrance out of the way. He just needs to push to the line.
As de Barros now they're trying to get a toe. There's,
and I believe that is either Suto or
his teammate.
Or Oscar behind.
To look, and it is Suto. It's Suto who's getting by.
Yeah.
As now
he's going into the top 5, so he'll be pretty happy with that. As he's in the trap to Gabriel Gomez, as another car goes out just now.
Yep, that was as they go around the section of corners. Let's see if Suto can improve on the 5th position at this point in time, as they just make their way through the final corner.
I think this has the potential to be a very good lap, but if he can get past the 225s, the 225 free he's got, I'm not quite sure. Anyway, he comes across the yard of bricks.
And didn't improve that time by remaining in 5th position. Somebody else coming out onto the track on the left hand side there. I think that looked like Catalan's livery. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, I think so.
So now going down this straight again as we ride on board with Suto, the current Formula E Championship leader. As now Suto makes his way towards the final 2 turns, flicking it in through the left. Then
let's see what the Slovak can do.
As now we go around the final corner, and now onto the straight. Let's see if he can try and get out of 5th place. He's getting closer and closer now to Gomez.
More and more though he's getting. This will be an improvement on the last lap, but not on the best lap.
Definitely not. As we're making way through the first few turns, here is a big load of traffic, and it was Catalan who came out of the pits. I was right.
Yeah, he's slowing down. I wouldn't say slowing down, but he's in front of all these guys, very close to contact there with Vojokas.
Indeed, very good, because of course Catalan was involved in a similar incident earlier. It did say 54 miles per hour, so I wonder if something happened, or it's just the fact that he came out of the pits. I think it's just
the outlap.
He came out of the pits. Just came out of the pits, that's all it was.
Yeah.
So it wasn't due to the fact
incident.
Yeah, hopefully.
So maybe it was just a bug or something. But anyway, now he'll have a lap in the 200s.
Yep. So Fujiukas, the man currently at the top, he's in that train as well.
Yeah.
And we've got Catalan going around the outside. Oh, that was close.
Oh, that was very close.
Too wide there from Patel.
Did you see that? Pitwater nearly gave Patel a pinch there going out the exit of turn 1.
And it wouldn't even be the first time today.
Yes.
I would have got involved in the second incident if that happened, but luckily it didn't end up that way. As
Yeah, indeed. He's just behind Fitzwater, and he'll be trying to get the draft from him. Obviously, this lap won't be an improvement, so he got overtaken. But the next one, you never know.
indeed, as they now make their way down the straight, Fitzwater trying to get underneath. I believe that's Tomaselli he's trying to get underneath.
Which he has done. And there's another car coming through. I think that could be Bennett.
We'll have to see as they make their way through the section of corners now. Then it is Bennett in the black car, who's trying to get a toe off Zachary Fitzwater, and of course Vanos Fujiyuki's in that train, and Julius Anderson, and all stuck behind Franco Gamba. I don't know if he's still got the problem or it's.
Looks like he still has it. He's just struggling to catch up to 200 miles an hour, and this is impeding Vodrokas badly. But the Greek man doesn't have to worry about that
on
much.
the left-hand side to get by him, and Fujiyuki just can't seem to get a gap in the traffic, so he's going to have to wait.
Now we got under 10 minutes, so under 10 minutes until the end of this first session, and Gamba struggling. I think it's safe to say he won't be able to make the top 10 like this.
Unless he gets into the pits and gets out quickly, then I think it might be his qualifying session over. As Fitzwater trying to get underneath Anderson now.
Yeah.
As they make their way through the section of corners.
Anderson going really high out there, and he's being passed by Bennett as well, as Tomaselli will go through as well now, and then the other car.
As they now make their way down the straight, let's see, as he's got Bennett behind him. Let's see, as they cross the line, Bennett's still remaining in 30th at this point in time.
Yeah.
Anderson's still in 17th.
Jonas and Volker are also going to join this train, it appears.
Looks like a lot of them are. In fact, Chung and Oskin getting themselves involved, as Garbo is still struggling with the ailing whatever is going on in that car. As Keo Shannon,
I think that the rates are actually getting a little worse. Earlier he was trying to get past 205. Now he's just barely going into the 200s. You can see he's losing time so much in the corners.
As they make their way through the corner, is Garma going to come in this time? No, he's still staying out for 71st lap, I should say. That he's going to start, and
I think he might write off disqualifying, and the team know what they'll have to do and get sorted for tomorrow.
Yeah, for the obviously the 200 lap race. As they make their way
looking
down.
at Rotsiuk is joining this train. He's got is that Anderson in front of him? I think so.
No, Anderson's behind. That's Bennett, I think, that's in front of this train at the moment. As Patel gets underneath Tomaselli. Of course, Bennett and Tomaselli are teammates in this, I believe.
Yeah.
Because I believe
could this be an
Bennett
improvement for Rahul Patel? We'll see.
No, still 23rd at the moment, as he's still got Fitzwater behind, who's currently in 12th at this point in time. Is the Australian, not quite into the top 10, so at the moment he will not be advancing into that fast 10 as we've got here in the OC, different to the fast 9 that is there in real life. But as now they make their way down the straight.
70 laps Fitzwater has done so far this session. That's quite something. He's currently in 12th place, but he's still got 7 minutes left to rectify that and get himself back into the top 10.
In through this final turn now, then heading onto the straight, and across the line we will now go. And he didn't improve that time by, although the speed is starting to build up a bit now for.
Yeah, but now that Fitzwater's overtaken him, it won't really mean anything. Here we go, looking at the results in full.
At the moment, that is. We've still got a few minutes to go. We've got Fujiyuki at the top, with Shahin in second, Griffiths in third, Byrne in fourth, Frederick Suto in fifth, with Adventure in sixth, Brota 7th, Catalan in 8th, Barros in 9th, with Oscar in 10th, Fosbury 11th, Fitzwater 12th, Nello in 13th, Ionescu in 14th, with Tomaselli in 15th, Martinez in 16th, Anderson 17th, Parrish in 18th, Chung 19th, Keoshani in 20th, with Bobo in 21st, Lopez in 22nd, Patel 23rd, Compana 24th, Aldinga 25th, Willows 26th, Garber 27th, Quag in 28th, Volker 29th, Wolf in 30th, Bennett 31st, Baronet 32nd, with Gomez in 33rd, sorry. And then we have Prazan in 34th, Kupok 35th, Protsiuk in 36th, with Mocho 37th, Nguyen in 38th, Kloss in 39th, with Galloway in 40th, Clark in 41st, and Zolga in 42nd and last at this point in time.
Quite a big effort for you to say all those names, Joe, but thanks for doing it. Anyway, these guys were nice that they didn't improve and ruin your whole thing. They didn't make you start from scratch.
Thank God.
Yeah. But Fitzwater could improve now, maybe.
No.
And I wanted to say that Neller and Fitzwater, I believe, had the exact same time.
Did they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Indeed,
Yeah.
but at the moment neither of them are advancing. Of course, we have just over 5.5 minutes to go, so we're getting close to the end of this first qualifying session before we get into the Fast 10, which is, of course, a 15-minute session.
Yep, indeed. It's going to be much shorter than this one, but much more critical. As now Anderson is being overtaken by Ernescu on the outside.
I wonder if Anderson's starting to get the troubles now, because it looks like he was having a bit of engine problem there.
Or has he just gone out?
I think he just came out the
Gamba's
pit.
slowing down even
Yeah.
further. In the meantime.
Yeah. I wonder when he's going to be able to come back into the pits. That is the question. As Martinez gets by him now, then.
The mileage is there.
Yeah. Gamba's issues are clearly getting worse and worse. And could Broster take advantage and get some draft here out of turn 4? Oh, I think he come a little bit too soon. That could hurt his lap time.
Well, not
Almost
much.
touched there.
Perfected. He judged that to perfection, did Broster, getting
Yeah.
through that small gap, and
But he
but
didn't
still wasn't
improve.
able to improve. But so far, he's still in the top
Yes.
10. So at the moment, he will be advancing, and
Yeah.
so now make the way through this section of corners. Now then, Willow's
getting
and
there as well.
Baronet getting underneath, and
Yeah.
they now make their way down at this straight
Now I
now. Then,
believe that Neller's got past, and also Zolga. Still in last for him.
yeah, Byrne getting underneath Baronet at this point in time. I bet Baronek is happy about Czech Republic's performance against Holland in the Euros. I think, well, judging from his Twitter, he definitely was. So,
Yeah.
Confidence is there.
He has
They
quite
are
a first
villainy.
presence.
yep, as they now cross the line, and so
That
far
was a
Baronet
slow lap for him.
Yep.
And here comes Neller going past them.
currently in
still in
13th at the
13th.
moment.
Yeah, with the exact same time as Zachary Fitzwater, and not much time left to improve on that lap time. As a matter of fact,
Just another 4 minutes to go. Chung getting out for hopefully to try and get one last few laps if she can.
yeah,
And, everybody getting by her, of course, because she's only just come out of the pits. So that is obviously to be expected.
yeah, indeed.
As her
Almost
top class
colliding
teammate
with
Josie
Fitzwater
Wallace
there.
goes all the way around the outside of her. In fact, they're going to try and stay side by side if they can. But
Are you
it looks
sure
like
that's Willows and not Fitzwater? Yeah, it is Willows, my bad.
As well as it's got the Shell logo on the side.
Yeah.
So
Very
That's,
close contact there with Neller.
now make their way through this left-hander, and so
There's another car
Well-
joining these guys.
as
3 minutes left. So this session is almost over. There's still time for a twist.
yep, hopefully as they now go around these final corners, maybe we could see one more shot getting into the top 10 before the session comes to a close.
Well, yeah.
As, Chung is starting to build the speed a little bit, and so now she's in that speed race. She'll be looking to see if she can improve on that 19th position that she's in. In fact, currently in the top 20, so she's doing alright at the moment, but I bet she'll want to get in the top 10 if she can. She's trying to get a little sniff there on her top class teammate, Josie Wallace
Yeah,
there.
very close to back of him, but I assume she'll be able to get him now towards turn 3.
We'll have to wait and see. Depends
She's actually
what
not
sort
trying.
of lines the pair of them take, as maybe she's sticking with him just to
I think
see
she's
if she can
grabbed
try
up a
and
little
improve
bit of
on the
speed
lap.
there, and now they're trying to get involved too.
And down this straight now we go. Let's see what Chung
This
can do.
could
Can
be
she
it for
improve
Chung.
on 19th? And across the line, and no, she
No.
didn't.
Not quite,
Quite
and
able
neither
to
did
do-
Neller.
The
Not
2
just
minutes to
staying
go
the
now
same.
in this section. Just another 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, so got about 3 laps left for everyone.
As now make the way down the straight. As Baronek bringing up the rear of their group of cars at the moment.
Just a note for everyone that when the clock hits 0, I will pause the game, so what happened last season won't repeat.
Yeah, of course.
Which obviously last season, for anybody who weren't aware, obviously we forgot to hit a button which enabled us to get the results. So meant that it took us a while to get the results in, so that we moved on to Q2. But hopefully we will avoid that this time,
Yeah.
as we will have 1 minute to go very soon.
Wait, what does it say next to a position for Zolga? It's not very clear, but is he still in last or has he actually improved? Because I think he has improved.
He's still
I
low.
think it still
No, he
says
is
40
last, my
seconds.
bad.
It still says 42nd on there.
Oh yeah, my bad.
So, it's Willow's currently 26th. So I think he's gonna. I think he's still roughly the same as where he was earlier.
Yeah.
As we are looking on this screen now, because of course we're in the final minute of the session. So,
Yep, that's right. 38 seconds under that, so this will be the last lap for anyone starting a lap now.
Indeed, Fujiyuka's currently at the top. They are your top 10 at the moment that are advancing. Fujiyuka's Shahin, Griffiths, Byrne, Suto, Adventure, Broster, Catalan, De Barros, and Oskin at the moment are the top 10. But can anybody in these last 20 seconds try and break that? We'll have to see.
And take a look at this. From P8 onwards, 2 guys with the same lap time, 2 guys with the same lap time, and 2 other guys with the same lap time. So this is quite a strange coincidence. And we got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Trigger flag is out. End of the session.
There we go. So we're going to see, of course, they are the current leaderboard at the moment. I think Yuri's quickly getting a screenshot of that. But Fujiyuka's Shahin, Griffiths, Byrne, Suto, Adventure, Broster, Catalan, De Barros, and Oskin are the fast 10 at the moment.
Yep, indeed. And once again, Thanos Vodka stops the first session.
Yes, indeed. And
I don't want to be mean to him, but I wonder if he'd agree with being called a Q1 merchant or anything. Anyway, he'll be hoping he can convert it into pole position.
How is it pronounced, Alex? Because I've been calling it Broster. So, what's the last name pronounced? Is it Broster or Broster? We'll hopefully learn for tomorrow at least.
Broster.
Hopefully you can tell us. So, anyway, that's the screenshot. Are we done with qualifying, or?
I will write the names down now, so that stream will go to the screen, which we know.
So the session's finished then. So the top 10 are, of course, Fujiyuka, Shahin, Griffiths, Byrne, Suto, Adventure, Broster, Catalan, De Barros, and Oskin. They've made it into the top 10. The remaining guys who have lined up are as follows.
Can I read them instead?
Yep, go on.
Alright, so in 11th, just narrowly missing out to Jared Fosbury, with Zaki Fitzwater behind in 12th. Wilner is P13 with Ionescu behind in 14th. Lorenzo Tomaselli is up next, followed by Rosetta Martinez. Then we have Julius Anderson and Will Parrish, followed by Laura Chang in 19th, Fogchano Chachanat in 20th. Victor Bobo is in 21st, followed by Franco Lopez 22nd, and then Rahul Patel in 23rd. Link Campana is P24, followed by Benz Wallinger and Joseph Willows. Then we have Franco Gamba and Roman Quag completing the top 28. Up next, we have...
you have to wait a bit, Rob.
Alright.
Because I've just written down 8 of the names.
Alright, sorry, Yere.
I'm slow with the keyboard.
Yeah,
well, luckily for you, I've got it on the other stream actually. In Escu, Rob. So you got up to 28, didn't you?
Yeah, I will just give me a few seconds to catch up to that point in the stream, so
I've got it here, look.
Alright. So here we go. In 29th, it's Florian Volker with Adam Wolf in 30th, Thomas Bennett in 31st, Christoph Barnek in 32nd, and Rahul, you can do the last 10.
In 33rd, we have Gabriel Gomez. 34th, we have Cordazan. I don't know his first name yet. 35th, we have David Tupac. Yep, actually present. In 34th, Ruslan Protsiuk in 36th, Michael Mocho 37th, Hong Min Nguyen 38th, Borges Kloss 39th, Jake Galloway 40th, Michael Cluck 42nd, and Blind Zoga in 42nd.
Yep, that's right.
41st for Michael Clark, by the way, not 42nd, but...
Yeah, and considering all 3 of us are out, what are your thoughts on your session personally, guys?
Better than what it has been, I think. I'm satisfied with 26th. Hopefully,
as for me,
it's
only my debut, but I'm really happy with P14. I'm in the top 3rd, and hopefully can lead to a good result tomorrow. What about you, Rahul?
Just midfield.
I think, obviously, I think Robert's clearly over the moon with that one.
I guess so. A little bit of a shame I missed out on the fast 10, but I wasn't expecting to get in there, so P14 pretty damn good. Anyway, speaking of the Fast 10, before we get that underway, I want to ask you guys, what's your predictions on who's going to take pole position?
Ooh, well, normally you would go with Fujiukas, wouldn't you? But we've seen in the past, the top 10 that we usually get in the first session doesn't usually end up being the same for the second session. So, yeah, that's going to be a good question. If I was to go with someone, I'm going to go with Halil Shahin. I'm going to go with.
My prediction, I think it's going to go to Evan Byrne this time.
Okay. You, Rahel?
I'm probably gonna go with Evan Byrne.
Okay, 2 against 1. So...
Fine, then I'll change mine. I'm gonna go with Griffiths, just so we have one for each.
Yeah, Griffiths. Yeah.
Okay. Right, fair enough. And so.
Yeah, they're just waiting to get the everything sorted out. But this was a
Just
pretty
getting
entertaining.
the 10 cars selected. Yuri has already wrote down the list, so he's just getting those 10 cars selected. So we'll get underway with the 15-minute session. Currently, it's just gone 20 to 5, so just under 20 minutes until the England match. Hopefully, this will be sorted out. I think this should be sorted out before the England match gets underway, so I think we should be able to get it done just on time, I think.
Yeah, hopefully so.
Which will be great, because we know that we've got a lot of English and German-speaking people watching the stream, so that's that.
So no, so we're not gonna have too much bias, just the appropriate amounts of bias.
Yeah. So
but Joe Rahul, is he coming home?
hopefully, I mean,
Hopefully.
France,
Yeah.
so it's basically anyone's for the taking now that France is gone.
Yeah. Meanwhile, guys, I don't know if you've seen, but out on the Twitter, they released some new screenshots of the breaking point thing of Devon Butler, of that Casper Ackerman guy, and also the main character.
Aiden Jackson.
Yeah, Jackson.
No relation to Matt Jackson, who was a British touring car driver. Anyway, we are now.
And I have to say, it's a little sad that we don't have Lucas Weber this time around.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
at least we got the meme back, Devon. So what's that then, really? So we've got obviously going to have 10 people for this shootout, and it should hopefully be a good session. I think we're going to be getting on the way very soon, because we're looking at the screen right now. Yes, the screen is off.
We will start
soon
it
get
now.
Underway.
Yep.
Now, so here we go then for the Fast 10.
underway.
Leave your predictions, guys, in the stream chat. We've obviously given our predictions. Let's see if any of our predictions come true. As Oskin's going to be the first out on track for the Fast 10.
Yeah, 10 people, 15 minutes, 1 pole sitter. Who's it gonna be? Stay with us and we'll know.
Or
Some of those
Samuel
guys
L.
are
Jackson, the famous American actor, as Alex Broster, as he's clarified for us in the stream chat.
Right, thank you.
Broster. So, here we go.
Good. Well,
It's
got that
Austin
sorted.
now then, out on track, and let's see how he gets on then, as he will make his way through the last 2 turns. Obviously, I would expect the first laps to be not representative, but the second one should be more representative. So
yeah, and let's not forget, we had it last time on the previous Fast 10. We can still have groups with tow, and those could be the key ones. And we've even seen collisions last time out, of course. And last time I was over Glazebrook, who took pole, but now he's not signed up for this, so we'll just have to wait and see which of these 10 drivers will take pole position. It looks like Oscar could have a little bit of tow on this lap if he gets a little closer.
one thing's for sure, we will be having a different pole sitter, because the first 2 pole sitters aren't in this, of course. James Willows, of course, being the first ever pole sitter. He's not in this, and Oliver Glazebrook, he's also not in this, was the second pole sitter. So we will be having a new one this time by.
Yeah, but we've had both pole sitters so far were British. Are we going to have a third Brit top the charts today, or will someone else take it away? Oscar sets a 218.3, 362 to go quickest for now, but that wasn't, that wasn't the big one, because he'll be getting some substitution from Evan Byrne right now.
Indeed. I'm just checking to see if there are any Brits in this session.
Well, there is Griffiths.
Broster is one.
Oh yeah, well, Griffiths is one, but he runs under the Wales. Broster is one as well. Is number 28 there?
The 88 has gone quickest. Never mind, Oskin was already quickest. Sorry, the 12
He's about slots into second that time by Oskin getting a toe from Byrne, actually.
He should improve now. Let's see how much. To 20.2.
Byrne goes into second because of that. Obviously, Oskin getting a lot of toe from that session. Here is Daniel Adventure with no toe. Let's see where he's going to emerge. And he goes... In fact, that was his formation lap.
Yeah, No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
It was Shaheen who's going into second place.
Oh, no, it was just his formation lap. My bad. My apologies. Shaheen has gone second, yeah. Now, the bounce on another lap, he's improved, but he stayed... no, he's actually gone up to second. Yeah, then Broster.
They'll need to try and get a toe if they can, because at the moment, Oskin's been the only one to get a toe. It's not a representative lap at the moment for the number 63, which is, of course, Joseph Federic Suto. As they're now all starting to get some toe now.
I think you guys will notice the lap times have been slowing down a little bit by about 5 miles an hour or so for the Fast 10, so that's a thing.
Well, they were slowed for the actual, the big qualifying as well, but they somehow managed to make the same times. So I think they were just extraordinarily fast. Holy shit!
Third and who was that? Oh yeah,
Evan Byrne and Mathieu Catalan.
We're gonna have to see it again. There you go. Laps are compromised.
Very, very close indeed.
Yeah.
Let's see how much
it was just an outlap for Catalan.
No,
it wasn't an outlap. It was a fine lap.
Byrne still improved, but it could have been a lot more if it weren't for that contact with Catalan.
Yeah, a little bit of a lap there, I'd say. But Jesus.
Let's have a look. So it understeered into the side of Catalan there. That's the second time Catalan's been involved in a collision, that's for sure.
Yeah, and the same corner too, might I add.
Understeer being a bit of a pain at turn 3, it must be said. But very, very lucky that it didn't end in disaster between the pair, that's for sure.
Indeed. And these guys will be lucky to get away with that, and hopefully they can improve some more. Now
Let's see. As Byrne goes quickest.
Yeah, Byrne goes quickest.
Fastest of all. He's being Oskan there.
Catalan goes to...
I was going to say Oskan was in the tow for this entire time, but now he's the one giving tow. So we might have to worry about it a little bit.
Yep, so now everybody has put some miles per hour on the board now. Byrne at the top with Oskan in second, and then it is Catalan in third position. So the top three bunched up together at the moment. As Shaheen is in fourth, with Suto in fifth, DeBarros in sixth, Fujiukas in seventh, with Broster in eighth, and then it is Griffiths in ninth, and then it is who is the 42? Adventure.
Catalan's gone quickest. No, never mind. Sorry.
No, he hasn't.
I got confused by the camera switching to Byrne for there for a second, so my bad.
Well, the top three are actually separated by 0.3 miles per hour at the moment, so it's obviously quite close, obviously because they're all drafting each other at the moment, but I wouldn't be surprised if there's some other cars drafting each other. There is an improvement there, that's the 63 Suto's gone to fourth. Yeah. Suto's gone to fourth position that time by, and so we look at these three again, who are busy basically drafting each other.
Yeah. Oscar giving quite a lot of tow to Catalan.
As they all now cross the line, they didn't improve that time by neither of them did. As we are now riding with Evan Byrne at this point in time, as he makes his way through the turn 2, and getting a tow there from Catalan in front, looking to see if he can better the 220.351 at this point in time. Of course, last time Byrne actually took a pole in any form of the OC, you have to go back to DTM, of course, back in 2014 that was, I think, the last time he got a pole position. So it's been a while since we've seen Byrne being on pole for something in the OC. Can today change? We'll have to wait and see, of course.
Well, it's looking good for him at the moment, but it's still things can still change. He's actually improved on his lap, and he's top by 4/10 of a mile an hour.
Catalan went to second that time by, so he's dropped Oskin down to third position at the moment. Yeah. So Catalan getting into second place at this point in time.
Yeah, indeed. And the other guys are not in a group of their own, as not Oskan, sorry. Shaheen has just improved. Yeah, so we we got the Turkish driver in 4th, and the Swedish driver of Turkish heritage up in 3rd, because I assume Oscar is of Turkish heritage based on that name.
Byrne again getting some more tow from second place Catalan. Let's see if any more improvement comes out of this. Yes, it does. A 221. Look at that.
221.
Byrne is getting faster and faster like this, and I think I'll be pretty happy with that.
Speed continuing to build up at this point in time, and
it looks like someone else will join this this group very soon.
You say somebody
Yeah,
might
they're
join
catching
it.
up somehow.
Just in front there. Who is that in front of Oscar?
Yeah.
That is the question.
I'm not sure. Could it be Shaheen by any chance?
I'm not quite sure. It's
No,
really
no,
Confucius.
Currently in 7th, and now we're looking
across
at
the
Byrne.
line.
Can he
Is
improve
he gonna
yet
get further
again?
improvement?
No,
No.
not this time.
Oh, Catalan
It's,
improved a little bit.
Catalan goes into the 221, but still
He's
not
very
able to knock
close to
off
back of
Byrne.
Byrne.
Oscar
able-
did improve actually,
Yeah.
and
So
he's
just
there
trying
as
to-
well.
Was Montreal 2014 was the last time Byrne took a pole in the OC. So could
Well,
that
that could-
change?
That could very well change in under 7 minutes time if it stays like this. The
as
advantage of tow is very clear to see to everyone.
Jukas is slowly starting to get close to that group. There's another car in front of him as well. I think that's Broster in front in the yellow Penske car.
Oh, that was close.
Oh, that was
Exactly.
for a brief
Say
time
that.
there. You just saw for a
Yeah,
brief
Oscar's
time.
done
Byrne
second.
took it.
Yeah, Oscar briefly went to the
Yeah.
top, but Byrne got him back there. So Byrne
Yeah.
gets himself back to the top. So
Oscar
Fujiuka
finally
is
picked
now-
up a little bit of a tow from Vojokas, but it's a very impressive lap, I must say, considering he wasn't even close to Vojokas. So I think he could go even faster than Oscar now.
Vujiuk is currently in 7th. He'll be looking to get into this group at the moment, get into the top 4 if he can, as he gets himself closer and closer to this group. Broster's not that far down the road either.
Yeah,
so
but
he could-
Vojokas needs to let these guys overtake him. That's how he can get the tow. He won't get it if he's in front.
As oh, there you go, Catalan gets to the
Catalan.
top.
Catalan takes away from Byrne. He goes quickest of all there.
Byrne did improve, but still not enough. But
And these
Sainz
laps are
is in the
monstrous.
220s.
It's a 221.7.
Yeah,
But now Fujiukas is in this group, but he needs to ensure that Oskin gets by him to have any chance of going for the pole position.
Anyway, this
yeah,
could be
now-
Oscar's best chance to take pole back, as he's made the move on Vojokas.
And now Vujiukas is in this train, so now he's got a chance to fight with these guys for pole. As
It
now,
looks like he's letting Catalan by as well.
trying
Byrne
to see if he
could probably
gets as
be.
much tow if he can. Across the line
Byrne.
goes Oskin. And no.
He did
Lost time
improve.
there.
As the top 3 still remain the same after this lap now then. As
Yeah.
Fujiukas is now behind this train.
Now,
Seeing
three
if he
going
can...
together, but Vojokas will want to join their fight. Not just on track, but on the table as well. He's gaining the
Yeah.
slipstream from Byrne. We'll just have to wait and see. With under 5 minutes left. Who is gonna take pole? This has been an epic ding-dong fight between Oscar, Catalan, and Byrne. And we thought Byrne was gonna have it for the longest time, but now Catalan has it. Can Catalan keep it to the end, or will Byrne, or Oscar, or maybe even Vojokas take it? We'll see.
Yeah, but you're just using the slipstream pretty well, actually.
Yeah,
Will he
surely
take it?
now.
No, not well. He's
Well,
fit
he
for the
didn't
moment. He's not
improve, yeah.
fit for the moment. He's just
Yeah, he's
slowly
still fit.
starting to build the speed at the moment. So let's see what this
Yeah.
lap has to bring.
Yeah,
Indeed. Still, this is a very epic fight. And the other guys misjudged their positioning on track since they're not in this fight at all. And it's clearly costing them. P10 is 4 miles an hour slower than P1. That's an
Qualified.
enormous difference.
You qualified 38th, Nigoen, by the way. Just wanted to let you know.
Yeah. Now we're looking at Byrne pulling out of the slipstream of Matteo Catalan. Can he get back on pole? Here goes the Irishman. No,
no.
Ujiukas wasn't able to get into the top 4 that time, from the looks of it.
Go,
That's,
go,
another car
go.
coming out of the pit.
going out.
There's another
Yeah.
car coming out of the pits. I'm not sure who that was.
Yeah,
It's,
the adventure.
It's Adventure, but he's not close enough to join this fight. Vojokas goes very high. That's not gonna give him much lap time.
I mean, he didn't lose much compared to the last lap, but still, he can use the draw. So let's see if he will be
Dropping
able to
back a bit
improve
from
again.
that group. dropping back from that
a little bit.
Maybe he's still preparing to go all out.
He's improved. I think he's improved to go.
He is in top 4 now.
Third.
He's actually got
Same
wait, is that
time as
24 to
Oscar.
21?
Yeah.
So now he is in that fight for pole. Now he's got up in
Yeah.
third position.
Wait. Oh yeah.
Yeah, he is. He is.
Gone to
Wait,
third one. He's number 60. He's number 60.
Yeah.
Now let's see if he can try and knock off Catalan from the top. Let's see.
This could be a good shot. We'll find out now.
Getting the toe off of Byrne. They're also catching up to another car as well. I've just seen.
And those two guys have the exact same time for P3 and P4. So Voyukas and Oskan.
Vujiukas getting above Oskan there. Obviously with the same speed as.
But he has time to improve on it.
We have just over 2 minutes to go in this session at this point
And
in
they're
time.
catching Khalid Shaheen. He could get involved in this as well. Get some though.
Yeah, true.
To make their way through these final 2 turns. And so now the screen has actually got a little bit better. We can now see how long we've got left in the session. As,
the quality is just fine.
Actually catching up to
1 minute
Shaheen,
and
who's in
45
fifth
seconds
position.
left.
So top 5
Shaheen
are now grouped together.
Yeah, Shaheen giving a lot of draft to Oskan.
Byrne
What
did
is it? He
improve.
has improved. He's now clearly in front of Oskan. So no longer tied with him.
Just under 1.5 minutes to go now in this session. Can Shaheen get behind this group and then potentially try and go for pole position? We'll have to see.
Well, he's not going to have many chances. He needs to let these guys buy in right now.
Which is going to be hard to do, obviously, because I'm pretty sure these guys don't want to overtake him, that's for sure. As now they go down the straight. Oskan, though, will have some healthy toe from Shaheen. Can he get himself back to the top? That's the question. Cross the line.
Oskan.
Yeah,
Yes, that one.
And
But
Vojukas hit there.
has. He's quickest.
You could stop.
With just under a minute to go, Vojukas is on provisional pole.
Look at that. As the now
Incredible.
50 seconds to go. I think this might be the penultimate lap for these guys. I think the next lap will be the last lap. But Shaheen has now got himself in this group, so maybe he's got 2 chances to possibly see if he can try and get to the top of the timing sheet as Evan Byrne tries to get underneath him. But they've got to be careful because otherwise they'll lose touch from Catalan and Oskan.
Yeah. Shaheen's kept them behind, so now he needs to be the one attacking. He doesn't want to let any more people overtake him because we got time for just one more flying lap.
Across the line, and is that an improvement there from Catalan? I'm not sure. I don't think it was. He stays in second. As this is the final lap then. 10 seconds left. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Checkered flag is out. Luckily we don't
And
need
now
to
all that's left is for these laps to end. And who's gonna get pole? Could Oskan take it away perhaps? Or will it go to Vojukas?
Catalan get it back. Could Catalan get it back? That's a question. Could Shaheen get himself in the mix? Here we go.
He'll
Then
go
down
down to the wire. Here we go. Catalan and Oskan are gonna cross the line.
Across the line we go. And anybody move to the top? There was some movement.
Shaheen's up to 4.
There
No,
was some
Vojukas
movement.
on pole position.
Fujiukas on pole. Shaheen did get into 4th position. He did bump Oskan down to 5th, but it is Fujiukas who is taking pole for tomorrow's Indy 500.
Yeah, so he stopped not just the first qualifying, but he's also stopped the shootout. So incredible effort from Thanos Vojukas to get himself on pole for the Indy 500. What a result!
Yeah, indeed.
And oh my goodness me, so here are the official results of the shootout. It's Thanos Vojukas on pole with Matteo Catalan and Evan Byrne 2nd and 3rd. Halil Shaheen is in 4th in front of Samet Oskan. Up next is Joseph Frederick Suto in 6th place in front of Bruno de Baros in 7th. Alex Broster's in 8th, followed by Daniel Adventure, and Jamie Griffiths down in 10th.
Yep, that is the top 10. Just so you know, Julius, because I know you're wondering, you qualified 17th. Wanted to let you know about that. That is the Indy 500 qualifying.
And
Yeah.
holy cow, that was an incredible session.
That was a good shootout.
Yeah. They all agrees.
Yeah, this guy's had right until the very end, I must say.
We stamped
But
the
that's
seal
just
of
one
approval.
That's only one part of it. Tomorrow's the big thing.
Yeah.
Indeed. And I hope you stay with us, guys, for tomorrow, and I hope more of you join us, because tomorrow's if today was exciting, you ain't seen nothing yet. Tomorrow will be the real excitement. I just can't wait to commentate alongside you guys and for you guys in the chat. This is gonna be epic.
Tomorrow, 5 p.m. BST, should be a good race.
Yeah. So then, Joe, Rahul, I want to ask you, what did you think of that session? Put it in your own words, because I pretty much used up my words.
Probably the best qualifying we've had from the Indy 500. Must be said. Very intense.
Yeah.
Yeah, indeed. Catalan and Byrne kept fighting and thought they was gonna go to one of them. Vojokas, who joined their little group with the perfect timing, he managed to take it. And he ended up on pole.
Oh, got the race tomorrow.
That is it. Yeah. All that remains is tomorrow's Indy 500. But until then, I've been Robert Ionescu.
I've been JW97 or Joseph Willows.
And I've been Rahul Patel.
And you will see us and the other 39 other drivers, led by Thanos Vojokas, get racing tomorrow. But until then, we'll see you. So take care, guys, and enjoy the England-Germany game. Take care, and see you later.